Thank you very much.
Kaufman is alive. I look at comic books new and old. Today I'm looking at a new comic book, Spider-Man and Wolverine issue number 2 by Marvel Comics. This was a $3.99 book. I have done a review of that first issue. Go check that out if you haven't yet. Please subscribe to my channel. I do post daily comic book reviews. Get subscribed so you know when I put those daily comic book reviews out. Turn on notifications. And please like the video while you're here. So this is a really awesome issue. It's got Kaare Andrews doing the artwork on here. This cover is pretty spectacular looking. Got Spider-Man and Wolverine battling each other. It says a fight to the death, which is actually what we get in this issue. So no false advertising there, which is nice. This crazy pose he's got Spider-Man in. Really a McFarlane-esque kind of drawing. Some Joe Madureira in there for the Wolverine for sure, with like the giant gaping mouth there and the giant muscles on Wolverine. I love Spider-Man. He's got his leg going all the way over his head here in a totally unrealistic looking pose. His other leg kicking Wolverine right in the ribs there. Crazy looking hand. And I love the webs going everywhere with all the fire. Everything about this cover is just awesome. The mask getting torn off of Peter's face there. And he does all the interior artwork as well, which is a real treat. He's done a lot of work on Spider-Man before, the artist Kaare Andrews. He's done the Spider-Man Reign 1 and 2, Amazing Fantasy miniseries as well, which I've covered the first few issues of that. And the first issue, we had the big reveal that Spider-Man found out that Wolverine killed his parents, as you can see here. You killed my parents. And Wolverine trying to explain, but Spider-Man just tells him to shut up. You killed them. I saw it happen. We get this incredible double splash page here. I love the coloring on this book, especially this splash page here with the really bright shading here coming up from underneath both of these guys, and just an amazing drawing taking up the whole page. Really love that splash page. One of the best double splash pages I've seen in a while. And this is the other cover. Dave Marquez doing the pencils and Matt Wilson there, I believe, doing the colors on this one. That's the variant cover. Looks like Spider-Man and Wolverine posing for a Queen music video or something there. We got Mark Guggenheim writing this series. Brian Reber is the color artist on here, so definitely want to shout him out. Travis Lanham is the letterer here as well. And if he is doing all the sound effects in this issue, or it could be Kaare Andrews, I'm not sure, maybe a combination of both. They do a great job of that as well. There's a couple pages I'll point out later. There's plot's a little wonky though if you kind of take a few seconds to think about it. Spider-Man and Wolverine, they broke into this secret SHIELD base in the previous issue, and Spider-Man, as he says here, shut up, I saw what I saw. It wasn't an illusion. It was a recording from their plane stored in the Janus directory. He says Mysterio was out cold the whole time. So they were battling Mysterio in the previous issue. And so this could all be an illusion, and Wolverine's trying to reason with Spider-Man and say maybe what he saw wasn't what he really saw. He says, I don't know what you think you saw back there, but think. After what just happened to us, all those mind games they shoved us headfirst into, you can't trust anything. But I think it's kind of weird that there would be like a video log recording of the Parkers in their plane. I mean, I don't really know what the timeline is here in Marvel anymore. Who even knows anymore? I would have thought this took place back in the 60s. I don't know if they had video recording camera equipment that could be logged into like a server back then, which is what would have had to have happened because this plane went down and crashed. So the only way they get this video recording is if, I guess, they had a black box with a video recording, or it was being transferred, online somewhere, which I don't know if that would have existed. So again, I'm trying not to think too hard about any of this. And along with the fact that, you understand Spider-Man this might push him over the edge, finding this secret out about his parents and how Wolverine did it. But it does seem a bit out of character, just kind of how instantly Spider-Man is trying to seek revenge against Wolverine here. But setting all that aside, and it's a pretty simple story, and this whole issue just follows this story. There is no other subplot or, other characters really. We do get a reference to the original, origin of the death of Peter's parents, which was that the Red Skull ordered the death of his parents. But now we find out Wolverine was the one who actually took care of it. This is a really awesome drawing of Spider-Man. He just looks overwhelmed here with vengeance. Wolverine's trying to explain he doesn't remember everything that happened back then. He doesn't have all of his memories. I do like this aspect of Wolverine, not knowing his past. That was always a great aspect of Wolverine, and they've revealed so much of it. I like here that he's saying that he can't really remember everything he was doing back then. And I mean, really, I said this took place could have took place in the 60s when his parents were killed, but really, I mean, maybe it was Red Skull was still around, so it's World War II or post World War II era, really. And we know Logan was around then, and apparently he was doing some bidding for the Red Skull and doesn't really remember doing it. So here, they really up the ante here. Wolverine gets his jaw broken, and you see it just in the shadows here. And I love the really small eye there on Spider-Man. I love how his eyes can change shape within the mask. And the artist taking full advantage of that here. And he knocks Wolverine into this fuel tank, and it blows up. And we get another awesome splash page of Wolverine and his jaw's broken, completely unhinged. Wolverine and his jaws completely unhinged. And now he's just coming after Peter with that berserker rage. Peter shooting some web bullets at him, which is really cool. I like this panel too because it's got all of his hands in like different poses there to show how quickly he's shooting them with all the thwips in the background. That's really nicely done. And another cool splash page. I love the light reflection coming off the claws there. That looks awesome. Spider-Man just barely jumping out of the way. That's a really cool looking hand. And this page is fun. We've got all these sound effects here. This is really fun. It's like flip, good, flop, chock. And all you just hear is groaning and growling from these characters. And then he grabs him. It says grab. And this whole page, thwoom, shock, wham, womp. And then Wolverine snaps his neck back and he's like, stop, just stop. Listen for one flaming second, he says. He says, this whole situation reeks. You have to see it. It wasn't a coincidence you found that video. Someone wanted you to find it. Think about that. This was crafted by someone who wants you and me to come to blows. He brings up Kraven in the last issue. He says there's a group involved here. Remember, don't play into their hands. And Spider-Man says, I know what I saw. It wasn't doctored or anything. And Wolverine admits that he doesn't remember, but he does remember that he crashed a plane with a husband and a wife. He says, but that's all he remembers. He's got no real, memory of anything else that happened. It could not have even been Peter's parents that he's remembering, but Spider-Man says he just doesn't believe him. He says, oh my God, you really did it. So we get back to Spider-Man fighting Wolverine some more. He's just not holding up anymore here. It gets really dark. These are some cool panels. You just see the white of the teeth and the eyes there. But Wolverine's had enough. They come face to face. Another awesome page. Some great sound effects again here. And we get another awesome splash page of Wolverine just stabbing Spider-Man right through the gut there. It's to be continued. But man, what a fun issue. I definitely recommend picking this one up if you get a chance. And then pick up that first issue as well. And I can't wait for the third issue. Pretty cool looking cover here. We got the throwback costumes on Wolverine and Spider-Man there. Looks like we might be heading towards the Savage Land. And we got Spider-Man crossed out. And it says, "What has Wolverine done? Can he live with the fallout?" So we'll see what happens here. Is it all just this giant illusion by Mysterio? Guess we'll find out in the next issue, but I want to thank you again for watching, and please subscribe if you haven't yet, and let me know what you thought of this video. Did I miss anything? Did I get anything wrong? And please comment and like the video. I'll see you guys on the next one.